Hey guys, so I'm not a parent, and when I was reading this the first time, mm, this isn't the first time me recording this video. I'll tell you that much. Uh, I think this is probably my third or fourth time recording this. Um, as a parent, as a grandparent, so the guy, the ones who are watching me who are parents or grandparents, this should absolutely infuriate you because this isn't the first time we've seen this, and the fact that nothing is getting done about it. Um, So we've got Miss Melanie Mack. You know her, you love her. People on both sides seem to love her. Um, but she put kids shouldn't be allowed on the internet until they are at least 16, in my opinion. This is very sad. And there's a picture that goes with this, but I'm not even sure I'm allowed to show it. One, the kid's 13. Two, it's him in a hospital bed and stuff like that. So I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to show it, so I'm not going to. Um, And if I do want to scroll past, I'll have to pause. But for you guys, it'll be like an instant. For me, it'll take a couple seconds to scroll down. But 13-year-old dead after trying deadly TikTok Benadryl challenge. The challenge is where participants take 12 to 14 of the antihistamines 6 times the recommended dose in order to induce hallucinations. I talked about this like in 2021. Why the fuck is it still happening? Where are the fucking parents? I found the father on Facebook. I don't have I don't know how old the guy is. This was in Ohio, and the first thing I immediately thought, of course Ohio. Of course it's in Ohio. Um, like, where are these freaking parents? It's like, oh well, they got him and his couple of his friends. Where are they getting Benadryl from? What? Why is TikTok still apparently promoting this stuff? A challenge that has already killed what, three people that we know of? One was a 14-year-old, one was a 15-year-old, and we have this 13-year-old now. Why is TikTok still a fucking thing? You don't hear the deadly Instagram challenge. You don't hear the deadly Facebook or YouTube challenge or the deadly Twitter challenge or deadly Snapchat challenge. No, it's always the TikTok challenge. Why is TikTok still a fucking thing? Why is it still a thing? Nothing good has come from TikTok. We have a lot of dead fucking teenagers. That's what we've gotten from TikTok. And it's the same generation that was eating laundry detergent. Another thing that can kill you. Why is TikTok still allowed? Where are these fucking parents? Why aren't they doing their job and being fucking parents? Where are they? The dad's like, he went with a bunch of his friends. This is just what I assume he would sound like, Ohio farmer. So, he looks pretty big and burly, so I'd probably give a deeper voice like this. Well, he was with his friends and they just took some Benadryl. I don't know where he got it from. Well, I'm just a simple farmer. Well, they're either getting it from your house or the kids are getting it, they're getting it at his friend. He got it at his friend's house. In which case, if he's not getting it from your house, how the fuck is he getting it from his friend's house as well? Are all these fucking parents incompetent? Apparently. Because one house, that would be one thing. But apparently these kids just have access to it. Seems like incompetent parents. And why does the 13-year-old need the internet? Like social media. They should have a phone that allows them to call you and allows them to text you. And that is the only fucking thing they should have. Again, parental controls. Use them. You know, or since, I mean, I don't know how easy it is on smartphones and iPhones. Get them a flip phone. Get them a flip phone that really doesn't have great connection to the internet. You know, in order to type anything, they're gonna have to, press the same number a certain amount of times in order to type anything. They're not gonna want to do that. These kids, they don't want to do that. Get them a flip phone. There's no reason for a 13-year-old to have a smartphone, an iPhone, at all. They need a device to call you, and if they're unable to call, to text you. That is all they need a phone for. Why are 13-year-olds and younger? I've seen fucking young kids like in Walmart walking around, and they're just why 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 does a child need a phone like that? And they wonder why they're so freaking socially awkward now, why their reading skills are going down, why their math skills are going down. Because this. Why study when I have all the freaking answers at my fingertips? Again, if you're a parent or a grandparent, this should infuriate you. Because this could be your fucking kid next. Pay attention to what your fucking kids are doing. If they are 13 years old, they do not need a smartphone. Get them a goddamn flip phone. Get them a fucking flip phone. Because this could be your fucking kid next. And how TikTok is even allowed to still be operational after how many fucking people died because of challenges that were posted on their fucking app. The whole Chinese spy thing, that's one thing. But children are fucking dying because they're pushing these types of challenges. Like, you go on TikTok, and apparently for these kids, it's front and center. It's right fucking there. They don't have to search it. It's right there on the front, I would say front page, but I don't have TikTok on my phone, and I certain hell don't want it. So I don't know what the setup is on the phone. But as soon as you just hit the app and it opens up, these things are promoted. Why? Why? And this is why social media was a fucking mistake. This is why it was a mistake. It's made kids stupider. Again, this generation, so vocal about human rights. You have 13-year-old, 14-year-old girls chanting about my body, my choice. And yet here they are doing shit like this. Not exactly the smartest generation. Like, people thought millennials were stupid. This, oh boy, Gen Z is fucking blowing them out of the water. I'm a millennial. We're looking around like, geez, these kids, we were stupid, but they're making us look like fucking Einstein. We're all looking like fucking other, Benjamin Franklin, Einstein, other geniuses. They're making us look good because of how stupid these kids are now. And all for internet clout. Because they see, oh my god, my favorite TikToker, my favorite YouTuber. Look how much money they can make and how much attention they get after posting stuff online. I want to do that too. It's kind of like how every girl wants to fucking start an OnlyFans now. Why work for your money when you can just sell pictures of yourself and have money thrown at you? And then you have the boys, it's like, oh, let's just do stupid challenges. We'll get famous that way. You get recognition, you want recognition, just make a YouTube channel. Have some interesting content. You don't need to freaking put yourself at risk, and in this case, kill yourself for internet clout. It's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. Because you're going to find it's not that easy to be a YouTuber. It's not that easy to be a social media influencer. It's not. because there are a million other people just like you. Just like you. That's why it's impossible for me to make a name for myself, because everything I do, there's a million, 2 million, 3 million, whatever amount of channels doing the exact same thing. So I know it's like, oh well, we got to up the ante here. Let's do stuff that the other people aren't wanting to do. But then this is what happens. You have dead teenagers. Because it's not like, oh, the cinnamon challenge, try to swallow a teaspoon or tablespoon of cinnamon, and then it goes in, comes right back out. It's not that. No, these people are eating things that are inedible. Laundry detergent, taking 6 times the amount of freaking Benadryl to induce hallucinations. And then you have the knockout challenge, or what is it called? The blackout challenge, where they try to hate each other so hard that they knock themselves out. Yeah, and these are the kids who are trying to preach to us about how we should live our lives now. But why is TikTok still a thing? Where are the fucking parents? If you don't want to parent your kid, then you shouldn't have kids. Simple as that. Simple as that. I get that the dude's probably like a farmer and he probably spends a lot of time outside. But still, it's your son. You know, if you have a 13-year-old son and you know he's basically online all the time, maybe you should check in on him. You know, I'd rather have my kid mad at me for, making, checking in what they're doing, privacy and all that, than have a child who's dead. But hey, that's just me. I'd rather have an alive child and have him mad at me for a little while because I'm checking in on him and doing my job as a parent than letting him do just whatever the fuck he goddamn well pleases and having this happen. And I'm sure a lot of you were like, oh, if I had a 13-year-old, if I had a 13-year-old and I found out he was doing this, he wouldn't have to worry about dying from this Benadryl challenge. I would fucking kill him myself. And I'm sure, a lot of other parents feel the same way. The normal parents, you know, parents who actually would discipline their kids and check it. I mean, my parents, when I was a kid, constantly checked in on us. I'd be up in my room playing games, or we'd be in our little the back room, which was like our toy play area. We had like all the video game stuff there, and constantly checking in on us. We were out in the pool; they were checking in on us. But these parents, they just give their kid a smartphone or a tablet or whatever. Okay, there you go. Parent my kid for me. And then this shit happens. I don't understand how this happened. How did my son die? Because you're not fucking paying attention to him. A flip phone. Parents need to get their kids a fucking flip phone so that you can communicate if they're at school, so that way they can say, oh, hey, I'm going to be late or whatever. They do not need a phone with internet access. And if you allow your child to go on the internet at home, you need to check what they're doing. If you give them a device, you need to make sure you have access to it. So that way, you can go on, check their search history. Again, you might have them hate you for a little while, but in the long run, what's more important? Seriously, what's more important? I think your child being alive is a little more important. They'll get the fuck over it. Seriously, when they realize, even if they're like, oh, I'm gonna hate you for the rest of my life, in a couple years they just resent you. Guess what? A couple years, that's a couple years they're still alive. And then when they're older and they realize that, hey, we did stupid stuff, my parents were just trying to protect me, then they'll come back around and say, hey, really appreciate you doing what you were doing. My friends had parents that weren't checking in on them. So, check what your kids are fucking doing. Especially, mainly on TikTok, because that's biggest culprit right now. Again, you don't hear the deadly Instagram challenge. You don't hear the deadly Facebook or YouTube challenge. It is every single time. It is the deadly TikTok challenge. Why is TikTok still around? And where are these parents? In case you guys wanted to know more, the kid was on a ventilator for like 6 days, and they decided to. He was pretty much there's nothing going on up there at all. So the parent, the father, or I don't know who else was involved, but they just decided to take him off and let him go. So these parents, don't be these parents. Be a good parent. If your child has access to the internet at home, make sure you know what they're watching. If they have a phone, just take that phone away and give them a flip phone. They do not need a smartphone or iPhone until they are at least 18 years old and they can make their own choices, get that shit themselves. They want a smartphone, iPhone, whatever, they can buy it themselves. But as long as they're living under your house, in your house, under your roof, under your rules, you're the one who makes the rules. Don't let your kid make the rules. Don't let your kid make you feel bad. Like, oh, well, all my other friends have smartphones and iPhones. And okay, well, when they're all dying because of these freaking TikTok challenges, guess what? You'll still be alive. Anyway, seriously, Gen Z is making they're making us millennials look like fucking geniuses. That's gonna be it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.